Hello, this is Mrs. Grella. Today we're going to look at problems that involve interior angles of a triangle. Any triangle, no matter the size or shape of it, the angles always add to 180. You saw that in the applet I posted on Google Classroom, and you might have already known that from your previous courses. So let's say we have this triangle ABC here, and we know that the measure of angle A is 60 degrees, and we know that the measure of angle B is 40 degrees, and we want to find the measure of angle C. Well, we know that they're all supposed to add to 180. So if you think about it, right now I have my 60 and 40. Those so far, what I do know, add up to 100 degrees. So if the total is 180, if we take away what we know, all right, so the total is 180, we take away what we know, which is 100 degrees for these two angles, we would be able to figure out the third angle. So when I subtract, I get 80 degrees. So that means the measure of angle C must be 80 degrees. And then if I want to check it, I would add those up. I would add 60 and 40 and 80 together. All right, so that would add up to 180. So I know it checks out. All right, so that's the check. So those are basic problems that involve numerical values. That's method one of solving numerical values. Another alternative is to also use an equation to solve, all right, which we're going to do when we're involving more variables. We can also do that for this problem too. So like with this problem, I know that all three angles, A, B, and C, would add up to 180. Well, I know that angle A is 60 degrees, so 60 plus. I know that angle B is 40 degrees, so 40 plus. But I don't know angle C, so that's my like X or variable, whatever I want to call it. And then that's equal to 180. So I could set it up that way as well and then solve the equation for X. Well, I have like terms here, so 60 and 40 would give you 100. And then to get X alone, I would subtract the 100 to both sides. So X equals 80. And that's the same thing we got when we did it the other way up here. So with numerical values, with just numbers, and finding a missing angle of a triangle, you can use either the equation method, or you can just kind of like add up what you know and subtract it from the total of 180. All right. One other thing you need to know for this lesson is that if you have angles of a triangle that are all algebraic, that is something that you would have to definitely set up an equation for. All right, so let's say I have a similar triangle, triangle A, B, and C. But rather than giving me numerical values, they're going to give me algebraic values sometimes. And so if they're giving me algebraic values, I definitely need to use an equation. So let's say like angle A is 5x plus 5 degrees. All right, angle B is x plus 16 degrees. And angle C is 2x plus 7 degrees. So again, it's not a number, it's an expression. So this is 5x plus 5 degrees. We don't really know what that is. Same thing with this, same thing with this. So there's no way I can just add up what I know and subtract it from the total. I actually have to use the equation strategy. So remember, angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180, because all the angles of a triangle would add to 180. Angle A was 5x plus 5. So 5x plus 5 plus angle B, which is x plus 16, plus angle C, which is 2x plus 7, equals 180. So I substituted what A was, what B was, and what C was. If I solve this, I'll be able to get x. Now, x won't give me the answer to each angle, but it will give me the value that I would substitute into each of these expressions to find A, B, or C. All right, so we'll find both. We'll find x, and then we'll find the measure of each angle. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so what we're going to do now is just solve our equation. We're going to combine like terms. I have 5x, 1x, and 2x. That gives me 8x when I combine them. Then I have to combine my constants, my 5, my 16, and my 7. That would give me 28. All right, now I just use algebraic methods to get x alone. Subtract the 28 to both sides. All right, so 180 minus 28 would be 152. And then I have to divide both sides by 8. So that would give me 19 for x. Sorry, I had to get my calculator. So x is 19. So again, if we wanted to know the value of x, we would be done. But then we might be asked to find the measures of angle A, B, and C. So like, for example, if we wanted to know angle A is 5x plus 5, right? So it would just be 5 times x, but x is 19. So 5 times 19 plus 5. So 5 times 19 plus 5. Put that into your calculator. That would give you 100. So we would know that angle A is 100 degrees. If I wanted to find angle B, I would do the same thing. I would substitute. So angle B is x plus 16. But x is really 19. So it would be 19 plus 16. So that would be 35, I believe. So angle B is 35 degrees. And then I would do the same thing for angle C. Angle C is 2x plus 7 degrees. But remember, x is 19, so it's 2 times 19 plus 7. So that would give me 45 degrees. All right, and that makes sense, because if you do 45 degrees and 35 degrees, you would get 80, and then if you add that 80 to the 100 of the third angle, that would give you 180 degrees. So that's another way you can check it as well.